Alright, I'll teach you some Japanese. I need you
Alright.
to look at the camera, look at the camera. Look at the camera, say kawaii.
Yeah, like this.
kawaii.
You gotta do this.
Kawaii.
Konnichiwa! That's literally what you see in Japanese games. Hey, I'm talking about Genji.
Genji. Okay, do you know in Overwatch, do you know what Genji says when he uses his ulti?
I saw it somewhere, but I forgot. What was it again?
That's Hanzo.
That's Hanzo. What does it mean? Do you know?
No, I have no idea.
I have no idea. I have no idea either.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, look at the VT just now.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 15.
Yep.
Exactly, one of the most hyped games of 2016.
Yes,
Definitely.
that's right. Correct.
You love it, right? You love Final Fantasy games.
I love it.
Yeah, right.
You don't play.
I love it.
You don't play.
I love Japanese things, man. I'm
love
telling
Japanese
you. I
girls.
brought my sushi, I brought my shirt, I bought my wasabi, I got my face game face.
But you
face
don't.
game.
But you don't play RPG games.
No,
Japanese,
I don't. No, I
It's
don't.
called
JRPG,
JRPG.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. No.
You don't?
No, that's
Okay.
the thing. I'm gonna be honest, like I always am, you know.
Yeah, right.
The thing is, I don't play RPG games. That's not what I used to play when I was young as well.
Yeah.
I used to play games like FPS or fighting games. I grew up with like Mortal Kombat and all.
Dude, you're missing out something in life, man.
I know.
Fantasy
A lot
Live.
of people are hyped for this. So you guys played Final Fantasies.
Okay.
What is your thoughts?
Okay, just so you guys know, like when they saw the trailer way back then, I think it was like a couple of years ago, like 9 to 10 years ago, when they came out with Final Fantasy. No, it's actually called Final Fantasy Versus 13.
Yep.
Then they changed it to Final Fantasy 15.
Right.
They told everybody out there that this game is supposed to come out in PS3.
PS3, yeah.
But it didn't came out on PS3.
So it's been
They
a
just
long
did the PS4.
time that this game was
It is.
announced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and him, we've been waiting for this game for a very long time.
Really
that's
long
that's a
time.
gamer's life, bro. That's a
Gamer's
gamer's
life.
life. You
Always
have to
waiting.
wait. All you do
Always
is wait.
waiting,
Yeah, then we saw a trailer and then it got still in development and you gotta wait for 4 to 5 years.
That's the thing. That's why with Mafia 3 just now, you know, I was disappointed. It's because you wait for so long for something to come out, right? Something that is your favorite. It's just like Final Fantasy, and then it comes out and then it disappoints you. It's kind of sad.
Just like we're waiting for Faraz to come out of the closet and they
then I
finally did.
disappoint you
And I
with my
get
baby.
disappointed. It's the ugliest man I've seen in my life.
Hey, I'm not a man today.
Okay.
Anyway, Faisal, we're gonna talk about
Okay.
Final Fantasy,
That is right.
your best top 10
Okay,
fantasy games.
this is my personal opinion. This
Yeah.
is...
So basically, it has no value. Because it's your
heard my
opinion.
feelings, bro.
No, well, his own
Bro, you just called me an ugly man. What are you talking about?
Okay, so Final Fantasy 15 is coming out. So I made a list of my favorite top 10 Final Fantasy games, and I think everyone will like it. So, without further ado, coming in at number 10. Okay, for me, coming in at number 10, I loved Final Fantasy 13. Well, I wouldn't say I loved it. The only reason it's on this list is because I finished playing it. It did not mean that I liked it. It was an okay game at that time, but because it was Final Fantasy, I played it anyway. Moaz, what do you think? Am I right to put this at number 10?
Yeah, you should. Because for me, Final Fantasy 13 is more serious, I guess, and the battle system is a little bit different.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah, that's
I
what-
like it. I think it's something new
Yeah.
to the Final Fantasy series. Yeah.
Right,
That's
before,
why I
before
didn't
we
like it.
begin with anything, I want to know how are you comparing these games? By graphics or by storytelling or everything
Okay,
combined?
Final Fantasy in general, you play because of the story.
Storyline.
Right? The story is great, but the battle system has to be engaging. For me, I felt that Final Fantasy 13's battle system is horrible. I didn't like it at all.
Okay, so if someone is like me and hasn't played any of the Final Fantasy, would you, because you guys said it's about the story,
Yep.
would you say you have to start from the beginning? Or where do you have to start? Like,
Every Final
Every Final
Fantasy
Fantasy is
different
different.
storyline. But that's the thing. For 7, 8, 9, maybe the mechanic of the game is
Probably the same.
Probably the same.
Right.
But the storyline is totally different.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's like a different
It's a new
game.
world.
They
New world.
just use
Right.
the Final Fantasy as Final Fantasy. That's
But
it.
the only thing for every Final Fantasy is that you always find some certain character is the same, like Sid. We always have Sid in
Yep.
every Final Fantasy game. Most monsters out there is always the same, like
Chocobos.
Quechua, Chocobo, Bahamut, Tiamat.
My favorite is the Moogle.
I'll just
Moogle.
pretend like I know what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
All right,
So,
next.
coming in at number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. Alright.
Wow, this is such a great game, guys. This is amazing.
Hey,
Final Fantasy Dirge of Cerberus. This is Final Fantasy VII spin-off. The story is 3 years after Final Fantasy VII, and Dirge of Cerberus is some third-person shooter. It's not even an RPG. It's a third-person shooter
So
RPG.
it can be my kind of game.
It could be your kind of game. Now it follows this guy, this what do you call it? Vampire. It's like kind of a vampire.
Yeah.
This is Vincent Valentine. So this is 3 years after Final Fantasy VII. And I liked this one because it was a change of pace when I got it, because I liked Final Fantasy VII. And when I played this, I'm like, hey, you know, it's continuing the story.
Is this on PSP?
And it's fun. Yes, it's on the PSP.
Oh, okay.
Right, and why would you say this is number 9 and Final Fantasy 13 is number 10? How did you put this? How did you decide?
Because I actually wanted to finish playing this one.
Okay,
That's the
so it's not
difference.
like Mafia 3.
It's not forced.
Yeah.
It's not like Mafia 3. It's
Okay.
forced.
It's like you're watching, like for me, I'm watching Naruto. The reason why halfway through, I just wanted to finish it because I've been watching it since the beginning. Same thing with FF13.
Yeah.
Right.
Just finish it for
Yeah.
the sake of
and
doing
be
it.
done with it.
Okay, so the
And we done
graphics and all, was it okay
It
on
was
this one?
alright.
It's
It was alright.
a PlayStation Portable.
Yeah, it's
the
on
graphics
Oh,
isn't
okay,
that
okay.
much. Yeah.
All right.
But the storyline is good.
Storyline's good. It's great because Final Fantasy VII had a very good storyline.
Right, so
Nice.
what do you have for us on number 8?
All right, coming in at number 8. Number 8. All right.
Wow,
at
this
number
one
8.
is even a better game, man. What is this?
All right, Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Now, this is the prequel to Final Fantasy VII. Okay, now this is the 4th entry in the compilation of all Final Fantasy VII. It's really fun. I liked it because it is before Final Fantasy VII. It's a
Yeah.
prequel, obviously. It follows this guy named
Zack.
He's a soldier. He's an amazing soldier, and the sword that you see behind,
It's a
that's
very
the
big sword. It's a
Yeah,
very
called
big
the
sword.
Buster
The
sword.
Buster Sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one he will pass it on to Cloud later on.
Yeah. Very iconic sword, yeah?
It's an iconic sword.
A lot of cosplay out there.
I've seen this sword before and it looks sick.
I like
it
this
looks
one.
It
sick.
looks good?
I
It
like
looks
this
sick. Even though it doesn't make sense for you to have a sword that is this wide, I don't see anyone being
this
able
game-
to carry it in real life.
Crisis
but
Core is not about love
Yep.
between you and the girl. It's between a friendship between Zack and Squall.
Yep.
Sorry, Cloud. Squall is
Squall
Okay.
is FF8.
My bad. Yeah. The relationship between that
Yeah,
guy.
it's like you and Faras's relationship. One day he's a girl, one day he's a guy.
Yeah.
it's weird, isn't it? It's
weird.
I'm confused
I'm
myself.
shocked. I'm shocked.
I can't look at him seriously right now.
All right, no. Let's don't think about my face anymore. Okay, let's move on into Final
Move
Fantasy.
on.
Alright.
Move on.
Let's move on.
I want to see number 1.
Number 7. All right, coming in at number 7, Final Fantasy X-2. Not Final Fantasy X. The viewers don't get it wrong. This is X-2. Now this happened 2 years after Final Fantasy X. Now this one follows Yuna on her journey to find Tidus, the love of her life. Okay, the only reason I played this one is because I wanted to follow the story. That's it. The game wasn't that good.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Am I
Got it.
right?
Yeah,
What
got
do
it,
you
got
think?
it.
Did you like this one when it came out?
I really do actually. You know
Yeah.
why? Because you can actually, because I like Yuna, Riku, and what's her name again? The other girl.
The black one.
The black one, yeah.
The one in the black shirt, not black skin. I have nothing against
But
people with
I
black
like
skin.
Final Fantasy X2 because you can dress up the characters. You know, like Yuna can wear like a Mughal outfit, a costume. You can change costume all the time.
So you played Barbie dolls in-game in X2. That's why you liked
No,
it.
I think it's colorful.
That's what you just said. You liked it because you could
No,
change clothes.
It is more,
Bro,
more
give
humorous
up.
than the
Give
actual
up.
one.
Give up. You don't need to explain yourself.
It's okay.
We know already.
We now know why you're next to that one. So
Hey, bro.
before I change my gender, coming in at number 6. Final Fantasy XII. Now this was a childhood favorite for me. I played it in the PS2. I had a lot of fun with this game because this was the first time Final Fantasy changed the way the game played. You know, they had an action-based RPG instead of a turn-based RPG.
Yeah.
So the action-based RPG was really fun. The reason why it's so low on the list at number 6 was because of the storyline. You know, the gameplay was great. I loved playing and I loved grinding in this game. But the storyline was so complicated. It had political genres, it had this, a government, and I'm like, nah, we've got enough of that in Malaysia. We don't want more in my games.
Okay, I played FF12 a bit. The reason why when you say something like that is because 12 is made by Square Enix. not Squaresoft. Most of the iconic Final Fantasy for us, if are you just catching up with me a bit?
Yeah,
Most
I
of the
am
Final
trying. I am trying. I mean, you guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you guys are talking about so many different numbers. Final Fantasy 15,
Yeah.
10.2, 3.5,
10.2.
6.7.
But here's the
I have
thing.
no idea what's going on.
FF's Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and yeah, it's just still 10.
Yep.
It's all by Squaresoft.
Correct.
And most of the game are boom,
The best.
the best. All right, then suddenly we got Square Enix with a good graphic that they're not they're risk taker. They try to change the mechanic of the game, maybe the battle system a bit, like you see in Final Fantasy 12. Well, yeah, I gotta agree. FF12 is much fun, I guess, but not as good as 9 or 8 in terms
Alright.
of the storyline.
Okay.
Right.
So you might not know this, Faraz.
Probably don't.
I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this. I'm sorry, but coming in at number 5. It's actually Final Fantasy
What?
7.
What?
I apologize.
No way! It's
I
supposed to be
apologize.
number 1.
I know. Everybody rates this as the best RPG in the world, in fact. But I don't like it. I mean, I think it was great. Don't get me wrong. I think it was great, but I thought there were other Final Fantasy that was better. Although this was the first in the series to have 3D graphics, you know,
yes.
3D models,
Yeah.
pre-rendered backgrounds. Look at this. The background is pre-rendered. For us, you don't know what it means. It was before the time you were born.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, I know.
You
I know
should
that
play this game.
It's like at the time that the games were supposed like to trying to make the graphics better than
Yeah.
just the gameplay.
Yep.
This is exactly that era.
This was
isn't
it, definitely, yeah. So this was an amazing game at that time, and I liked it, but it didn't hit it for me. It didn't.
Okay, all right.
I love Sephiroth though. The final boss is fine, but I just
You
to
see,
me,
in Final Fantasy 7, they create a really majestic enemy, which is Sephiroth.
Arigato.
Which is
Good input though, good input.
Good input.
I have to do it once in a while, you know,
Right.
to release the stress.
the Japanese stress within
exactly,
you.
exactly.
But anyway, yeah, looking at Final Fantasy 7, the reason why it's got so iconic is one Winged Angel, the song. And you know that song, right? Sephiroth.
Not as good as you.
Yeah, it seems
I
like you've been doing your research.
Yeah, Nobuo Uematsu will always be my personal favorite.
Either that or keep singing it at home.
And,
Nerd!
but
Yo.
Final Fantasy
Yep.
7 remake is coming out soon.
That will be
Okay.
amazing.
That
That will be
should be
great.
exciting, even though I don't know what it's about.
No, meaning you see there's a difference, remastered and remake.
Remake,
So
yeah.
remastered, they try to make it HD.
Look beautiful.
Look beautiful a
Exactly.
bit, but
Like
remake.
you're HD.
Yeah. So in Final Fantasy 7 remake, they're remaking the whole game to look like as good as the.
They're taking
new
the
graphic now.
base of the game and then they're changing most of the things,
Yeah,
right?
It looks really good. There's actually a gameplay out there.
Hopefully
well, we
it's
can
gonna
show
be
it
good,
one
but
day.
we have to wait
Okay,
and see.
so before these two people bore us to death, coming in at number 4.
Number 4.
Arigato.
Yeah, actually, Anatawa.
Final Fantasy Dissidia for the PlayStation Portable.
Yeah, alright.
3.9.
I had so much fun with this game, and that's why it's so high up on the list. It's my number 4. Why? Simply because I loved this game. I played it with my friends because all of us had a PSP. Other than
like
Monster
PSP
Hunter,
games, huh?
No, we love PSP games because I like hanging out with my friends. We all had a PSP. Other than Monster Hunter that we played a lot, I played this game, and this game was a totally different genre than every other RPG that Final Fantasy has to offer. This is an actual fighting game where it's a one-on-one.
Oh, so it's not RPG.
Well, there's some RPG elements to it where you still level up and stuff, but it's
Okay.
more of an it's a fighting game. Look at it.
Okay.
In Final Fantasy Dissidia, from all of the Final Fantasy games character,
Yep.
it's
They
in this
use
game,
it in
the main
this.
character.
Okay. All right. So if I were to rate it, okay, even though I haven't played it, I would say this is gonna be my favorite. First of all, it's on PSP,
Yeah.
and I used to love my PSP
I
because
loved
back then you want to go out and play, but there was really no way because right now you have your phones, right? You
Yeah.
can play a lot of
Yeah,
good games
true.
on your phones. Back then you didn't have that, so the PSP element that's a good thing.
Do you remember this? Do you remember doing this? Oh, charger,
yeah,
my
exactly,
turn, my turn, you know?
But now,
Yeah.
Now it's
Now-
fun because you know what? I can even play my Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9 on my
on your phone,
On my
exactly.
phone.
So that now there's no point on
no
those.
point.
But back then, PSP and a fighting RPG game must have been good.
Trust me, it's
It is.
fun. You know why? Because Final Fantasy 7 had one of the best bosses, which is Sephiroth.
Yeah.
You could actually play as Sephiroth in Dissidia. So all the bad guys versus
Ooh.
all the good guys.
Okay.
I like that.
Alright,
that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
He's pretending
I
to
have
know.
no idea what is going on.
All right, now for the moment I've been waiting for. Actually, everyone's been waiting for.
Top three,
Our
yeah?
top three. So coming in at number 3.
No way.
The game that made me cry, Final Fantasy X.
What a
That's
girl.
right.
What a
I-
girl.
What a girl.
Right. He needs my makeup.
Yeah, whatever. Now, Final Fantasy X was the first game that the first Final Fantasy that I actually played on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
It was a big impact because me and all my family members were all playing at the same time, so we were rushing to see who finished
So
first.
like a whole family wasting their time.
Yes, correct. Playing games. We shouldn't say that. We're on the show
I know,
about gaming.
I'm just kidding. I love games.
Yeah,
Don't
so
take me wrong. I waste my time all
Final
the time.
Fantasy X was an amazing game. This is the first time in a game where Final Fantasy had voiceovers.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first time they had voiceovers, and Tidus and Yuna, I can tell you right now, it's a better love story than Twilight.
Wow. Is that even true, man?
I-
How is that even true?
Okay.
I would go with Squall and Renoir because
No. Final Fantasy X, Tidus and Yuna, it's beautiful. I don't know whether I should spoil the ending for you guys.
No.
Don't.
Okay, but the ending actually made me tear up. And
Yeah.
I'm not, it wasn't just me, my cousins, everyone was sitting down
If you
for the
want to
ending.
see him cry, you
Show
know
the
what?
ending.
You know what to game to give him. Yeah, you know what game to give
Yeah,
him to
they
play.
had amazing character development, and Tidus and Yuna, and that's why I had to play 10 too, because
Yeah.
Yuna was looking for Tidus after he
Were you in love with Yuna?
Yes,
A lot
I
of-
was.
a lot of
A
guys
lot
out
of
there,
guys were in
yeah,
love.
would love Yuna.
Now, you wouldn't understand because
Yeah.
you might like Tidus.
I don't like Yuna. I prefer Renoir in Final Fantasy 8. She looks much more cuter.
It's okay, man. It's my list.
But she looks hotter in FF10 too. Yeah.
That is
Because-
true, though. That
yeah,
is true.
Guys,
'Cause,
you know, honestly, I think we should add another segment, which is a love show, so we can talk about our favorite girl characters. Because we tend to do that a lot.
Yes, actually we
of
do.
course.
Actually we do.
Mercy, for example, that's my favorite.
My
On Overwatch,
favorite
if
too.
you
I
want to
like
know.
Mercy too.
If you want to know.
I like Mercy too. Yeah.
I'm Symmetra. I
all
like
right.
it spicy.
Number two.
Sorry.
Number two. What do we got?
Number two, people. Number 2. My childhood game, everyone.
Yes!
Final Fantasy IX coming in at number 2. Now this game won a lot of award. They won the best graphics, best sound, best character.
Best romance.
No. Would it be?
Zidane and Garnet. Yeah,
It's
all right. It's all
But
right.
I
Zidane
loved it.
Garnet, Garnet.
Zidane. Zidane is this guy's name.
He's a thief, and this girl is a
princess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
okay, so I actually have, there's a reason why this is on number 2. I actually have a heartwarming story, a heart-crushing story
I
for
would
this.
definitely want to hear
Okay,
that.
so in this game, you can actually rename your characters, you
Yeah.
can name it whatever you want. Like if this guy that looks like a girl, I would name him Faraz, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But, okay, so the reason why this Final Fantasy IX, because I finished it when I was young, it was an amazing time of my life. I was in high school, I was a PlayStation 1, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this
Time
game
to
is
get
so
in
good.
love.
And I was in love at that time. Okay, so this would happen. I renamed the main character as Faisal, which is me.
Yeah.
And the princess, I renamed it after a crush that I had in school. And her name is.
Hey, are you sure you
Are
want
you
to do
sure?
this, Faisal?
It's a long time ago, so
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
I
She'll
would
forgive
say-
you.
She'll forgive me, hopefully. So the crush that I had, her name was Rina.
Rina!
Rina.
Now you know.
Okay.
This guy over
So-
here. This guy over here loved you, man.
I didn't
broke
love
him.
her. It was
You
a
broke
crush.
his heart.
It was a crush. So Rina, if you're listening, if you're watching, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. Coming in at number 1. Number 1.
Who was number 1? It's gotta be Final Fantasy 8.
My favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy Tactics. This is my all-time Final Fantasy game. Trust me, this is better than every other thing out there, any other Final Fantasy. This hooked me for hours. I'm not joking. On my PlayStation, I logged in an approximate 628 hours on this game alone.
What?
Oh
Yes.
my
628 hours.
It's an amazing, it's a different feel than your normal Final Fantasy. It has a brick system where you walk in squares and everything. So that's what makes it amazing.
All right,
but-
wait, what about the graphics?
What about the graphics?
I'm gonna be honest, like you showed me different ones just
Yeah.
now, right? I was so impressed with the graphics in the
Okay.
early ones, and this one, for the first, why? Is it because, okay, I want you to be honest with me.
Okay.
Is it just because you had a lot of memories with this game? Because you told me you played 600 something hours, right?
Yeah, true.
Wait, you see, graphic doesn't mean anything. The mechanic of the game that really sells it. That's
True,
why he
that
plays
is
the
true.
game.
Yeah, but is it sentimental for you? Is that
No,
why it's
no.
on the first?
Number
Because
two,
this is your
yes.
list.
Number two, it was sentimental for me. But no, number one is actually number one. It's my favorite because of the different classes that you have.
Yeah.
Every single one can become a thief. You can change to a warrior. You can become a samurai. You can do anything
I still don't
with
like the
all
graphics.
characters.
I
It
still
doesn't-